Today is January 27th. The Yankees have signed reliever Darren O'Day, and Masahiro Tanaka is likely headed back to Japan. Let's do it. Let's talk Yanks.
Talking Yanks with old Jomboy Jake. Recaps galore.
Weekly awards.
Satellites, steaming hot takes. Your Yankees news with these two fine dudes. It's time for Talkin' Yanks. Talkin' Yanks with old Jomboy Jake. Talkin' Yanks with old Jomboy Jake.
Hello and welcome to Talkin' Yanks. We thank you very much for joining us today. It was going to be a regular old Thursday episode, young Jake, and then the Yankees sprinkled some news onto the Google Doc, changed up the vibe a little bit, so we're live for everyone. The Yankees have made a signing, but we are especially live for Adam Holly, Mike Held, Michael Miller, Mike MZX, at 3 mics in a row. That's wild. Kristen Dumont, Matt Hastings, Jordan Kolpak, Noah Bonito, Brian Velez, Gordish, and Thomas Jennings. Those are our most recent patrons. Patreon.com/TalkinYanks. We have a whole announcement on the Patreon, what we're changing, what we're offering, what's a lot more is going to be offered soon. It's being announced tonight. We already shot the video. I think it's just going to get scheduled and posted tonight, so be on the lookout. My name is Jimmy. Sitting next to me is Jake. In the corner, we have Bug Dude. We just got finished with the 2-hour recording of Jomboy Jake Radio, where this news got dropped to us live. Are you ready to discuss it, Jake?
Yes.
Perfect.
We've been thinking about it. Broke to us while we were live on JJR. Big baby David Mendelson, hot in the corner, big O'Day guy. So, yeah, man, I think you and I, we let some stuff spitball on this, and I think we're in lockstep from what I currently know about you, me, Darren O'Day, and the New York Yankees.
You and I. Yeah, I think we are in agreement. Here's the deal. Darren O'Day has signed with the Yankees for $1.75 million for the 2021 contract. Now, here's all the caveats. If he stinks and the Yankees say, we don't want you anymore, he can throw down the option button and say, nah, I got an option. Says, I'm coming back and you're paying me $1.4 million. Even though I was horrible, there's no way I'll get that in free agency. You got to pay me $1.4. I'm opting in. Player option. Now, if that does happen, the Yankees can buy him out for $700,000. Or they can use their team option if he's really good for $3 million.
If he doesn't take that.
What?
If he doesn't pick up the player option, they can do the buyout or do their.
Yes, obviously.
Yes.
They're not both going to option.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll see where the Yankees' money situation is next year, and we'll see where baseball is at next year in a new CBA. Darren O'Day, if you're not familiar, Jim, 38 years old, from Jacksonville, Florida, America's armpit. University of Florida, it's good to be a Florida Gator, Jim. And he's had a nice career, dude. 17.1 career WAR out of the bullpen. That's actually a ton. A career 2.51 ERA. And I think most importantly of all, well, he was on Baltimore for a few years, so a lot of Yankees fans are probably familiar with him. He is a sidewinder, Jim. Underarmish sidewinder. So, basically what that means is on the days he looks good, it's going to be awesome and fun. And the days he looks bad, it's going to be like, what are you doing, dude? But He's been really good. He was incredible last year for the Braves, so it's not like he was just doing it for a random team or whatever. 19 games, 16.1 innings pitched, 22 strikeouts, a 1.1 ERA, a very low whip. So, yeah, I mean, in my head, I'm kind of thinking he's going to be here for 2 years because the money to either buy him out or do the other stuff.
He'd have to be really, really bad or a devastating injury,
Old,
and we don't want to open with that.
Yeah.
But
so he'll be here for 2 years, so sink in. We'll just go with that mindset.
Darren O'Day.
Get that mindset going.
Scrapes
it's gonna
his
be
knuckles
great.
as he pitches.
Great.
Yeah, there's not really like Roogie or Loogies anymore. But as we detailed with the Ottavino one, they used Ottavino as a righty specialist, so much so that when we had Ottavino on the show and we asked him, like, did the Yankees talk to you about how they're going to use you? He said they told him you're going to be our righties because we got a lot of guys that can get out lefties. We're going to use you to get out righties late in games. So if that's how they viewed Ottavino, and that's who Darren O'Day is, well, Darren O'Day now comes $7 million cheaper. So you get the thinking there of they had to have this in their back pocket. They had to have their auto replacement in the back pocket. I'm hoping there's still another reliever coming because even before they traded Ottavino, you and I were saying, go get another reliever. You especially, you were like, I need another reliever. Oh, yeah. And that was before Ottavino left the bullpen. So if this is just a swap, okay, we got a righty reliever that we believe in to get righties out in late innings of big games, and he's $7 million cheaper. Well, let's use some of that money to go get another reliever because I still think the bullpen's a little light.
Yeah, and this is where, when I started this whole show off with my weird lockstep thing and you and I, what we did kind of stumble into live on the air when we were doing JJR is that this better be the first of two. And hey, maybe look at it like Kluber and Taillon. Combined, I like that. If they were 1-1, we wouldn't like them as much. So if
that's
you like that?
Inept. No, I don't know.
No, I think that's
I think that's word.
You and I.
Adept?
Sure.
It's good.
I'll tell Jack Curry, and depending his reaction on it, that's how you either know if it's adept or inept.
Inept's not good.
Is that a segment?
Adept.
Should we do that?
Adept
you got
or
it right.
inept?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good segment.
Nice. Okay, new segment coming. Adept or inept.
All right. Adept.
No, that would be me and Jack Curry's TV show.
That's really good. Like the opening is like adept, and then it slides over inept.
It's like Jack Curry with all his awards, dressed up. Me looking kind of
joggers
sick on the couch.
joggers in a polo.
Just a bunch of treats. Darren O'Day. So the Ottavino comparison that's obviously going to happen. You're right. It ties into how the Yankees used him, and we didn't love that. But if you are, that's how they're going to use O'Day. I'm sure there are going to be some weird times this year when there's lefties coming up, but he's the fresh guy in the bullpen that we will kind of be like, what's going on? You got a big inept.
I just think if we have Jack Curry on the show or we see him at spring training, it's just a segment we have to do.
Yeah.
Where I ask both of you the same question.
Yeah.
And then it's like you versus him in Jeopardy.
Okay.
But it's like smart questions.
Okay.
Like how do you spell this word? And Jack's gonna crush it. Okay, inept.
You take a
You're
word
up.
that he's used in a recent article.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, that's kind of the whole point. When you're paying Adam Ottavino $9 million to be a Roogie of sorts, it doesn't make a ton of sense. Darren O'Day at that price does, and by the way, his career numbers versus lefties are actually pretty good for someone that throws from the side. Normally, there's a massive split. Lifetime hitters have hit 228 off of him, left-handed hitters, 710 OPS. So, I mean, those are pretty good. If Darren O'Day is the second piece that's being added to this bullpen before spring training, awesome. If this is still it for the bullpen, I'm a little worried because I do think Ottavino has the higher upside.
I think Ottavino should have been getting his own innings and given the chance to get out lefties from the jump.
Right.
I think, but yeah.
Like, there's a chance we run into the Red Sox midseason and Ottavino's been their closer for a month.
Can we call the Jake
Yeah.
Cespedes?
We can, yeah.
He was an Orioles fan.
Yeah.
Can also call the Braves girls.
Braves girls.
Okay, who do you want to call? I have Ashland in my phone.
Don't have that. Yeah, we could get some opinions.
Maybe I lied about having her number in my phone.
Nickname Odachowski.
No.
Yeah?
No.
I saw people saying that before.
Odachowski?
Odachowski.
Why?
Odachowski!
Why?
You need a baseball nickname.
That feels like
And Dog, D's already taken.
forgot about dog comedy. That feels like there was a guy that went through like a ski phase, like Brewski. Like it was like one guy in the club. One guy in the club. I was like, let's get a Brewski, and like, oh, you're taking. I don't know. There's guys out there that used to put ski on the end of everything. I had a friend who did it.
How about this?
And then that
I'm gonna
unfortunately
Google
just stuck.
Odachowski, and if Darren O'Day is the first thing to come up, there's a chance it's legit.
Yes, I like that idea.
Odachowski.
And then I need you to guess the
Taylor Odachowski.
how many batters per inning did he face?
Last year,
Yeah.
3.
4.1 is actually higher than I thought.
Okay.
In 5 of his 19 games, he faced 5 batters. And in 10 of his 19 games, he faced 4 batters. So he was used for, well, or he let someone on. It could be bad. Could be bad. He could have just pitched an inning but let a lot of guys on.
I've got something that's kind of fun,
No, he was pretty good last year.
if you guys want to talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
A sidewinding reliever who has a chance to be pretty nasty. He's also old. I mean, it's semi-low risk-ish, but like Darren O'Day could have a fun little spot in Yankees history if he's good for the next 2 years.
I think like best case scenario
Right.
for Darren O'Day spot in Yankees history is the same as Damaso Marte, who's no one's really celebrating.
I would
it.
check raise you to Jeff Nelson.
No, Nelson was there for way longer.
I know, but it's been a while.
Marte was the lefty who won us the World Series, so
These Yankee fans are thirsty. You know?
okay. They are thirsty.
We've waited quite a bit longer for another World Series than
Like
the 09 team.
If an old Darren O'Day comes over and sidewinds for 2 years and we get a ring in one of the 2 years, like, we're going to be talking about Darren O'Day a lot.
What about Britton?
Britton's, like, too good. Like, Darren O'Day is the follow-up.
Britton's so good.
Britton is gross. And
I don't think Yankee fans respect him at
no,
all.
they don't, because analytics don't fully respect
I saw
him.
another thread. It wasn't Yankee fans thread. I was just reading other opinions about relievers on internet forums, and it wasn't Yankee fans. And some guy stumbled into it. He was like, Britton's actually the best. Oh, because it was a thread about Hader being traded and what his value was.
Right.
And it was definitely like just our baseball is what I'm saying. And some guy said, no, just forums.
Okay, the forums. The online forums you've been frequenting.
And this guy ran. He was like, "Well, actually, Zach Britton's been the best lefty in baseball for the last couple of years." And then he was like, "Shit, Chapman's pretty good too. Yankees have the 2 best lefty relievers in all of baseball." And I was laughing because if you told that to a Yankees fan, they'd say you're
they'd freak
not
out.
even close, dude.
Yeah.
Those guys suck. Because we're a dumb bunch. Calling Ashland.
and they also like aren't used as like this is the lefty reliever.
right.
This is our setup man and closer. They are left-handed.
And it, if you asked us if we traded Chapman, would you trade Chapman for Hader? Whoa,
No.
Interesting question.
Do you hear that?
Could be anything.
It's like a distant ring.
Camera looks like it's only getting the side of my face.
Now your face looks weird.
All right, Ashton didn't answer. Never mind.
Okay, we'll get the scouting report in a little bit.
What do you think he's like personality-wise?
So I saw some pictures where he has a silly mustache, and
Very easy to do. I've done it.
okay, I didn't want to make you nervous on it. I think you'll still like it because he's not going full curly. It actually looks like a genuine old bad mustache.
Yeah, he's got. I see his picture right here, and it's
Yeah.
his Twitter picture.
Yeah,
Is he active on Twitter?
can't be.
No,
Yanks don't like that.
no, he's not.
And Jim, I think we should clarify this for some of the people.
And we have to watch a random video. Someone was upset that
Yeah.
we didn't watch a random video for Taillon.
Okay, we can do that. We can catch up on that if we need to. A little homework. We think the Yankees are signing Brett Gardner and getting another reliever.
I don't know what the Gardner contract's going to come to, but yeah,
We are both mentally expecting a reliever better than Darren O'Day to be on the Yankees by opening day.
expecting is not the word I would use.
Okay.
Hoping, wishing, wanting, waiting, commiserating.
So you don't... Do you think they're going to add another bullpen arm?
50-50.
Okay. I fully am, which is now a scary place, you've reminded me.
I would love them to.
Yeah.
I think it's the smart and proper move. I hope they do. Maybe I'm 70-30, but you know how I work.
Right.
I'm preparing myself for them. I'm preparing myself, and this is what we just talked about on Jomboy Jake Radio, me preparing for the worst, so nothing less than that doesn't feel bad. I'm preparing them to now go give Gardy a 1 year, $8 million deal, and the cap's full, and we're like, oh, shit.
Okay.
I don't think that was all worth it.
How are you feeling if it's you sign Gardy to whatever level you're okay with, and we keep that cushion going into the season, see what these other arms are, and in theory, that's actually doing
BBD,
adding
that's
someone
called
at the
what we do
deadline.
on the show. We talk ourselves into that because you just have to
How
lead
do you
yourself
feel if
on to
that's
the
what
next
the
thing.
plan is?
I don't love it.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
And I guess that's where I'm currently scaring myself is with the relief market. I do think they're still going to bring someone in. There's just a lot of variables there and as much risk, you know. I wasn't in the Rosenthal camp, but I was starting to talk to myself into that Shane Green. There's a couple guys you can kind of label with him, and I don't know if they have that for that and Brett Gardner, and I am still expecting Brett Gardner to come back, so we'll see.
I am not worried about leaving wiggle room for trade deadline anymore.
Right.
Because I've decided they'll just trade Sessa if they need to clear up like $1 million to make a move.
Sorry, Rue.
I am sorry about that. Or they'll just move someone.
Love Sessa.
Talkie. They can just move someone
There's things you can do.
to clear up room. I think they cross that bridge when they get there.
Yeah.
But they haven't made a trade in the last 2 seasons at the deadline, so. Is there a dumpster being wheeled
Sounds
around
like
outside?
There's a dumpster being wheeled outside.
Second part of the episode that we wanted to talk about, unless there's anything more on Darren O'Day. Oh, we have to watch the random video. Okay,
Random
we're at
video, Darren O'Day.
Darren O'Day, baseball savant,
get this.
show random video, and it is a foul to Dixon Machado.
Okay.
Orioles are winning in this game, 9th inning.
He's in for the save.
Popped up foul. That'll be in the crowd.
2018.
Okay.
Huge.
I think that adds up pretty well to my expectations. Like, yeah, you left it in the heart of the plate. He swung at it, but it was just a strike in the end.
It's funk coming
Yeah.
from there.
Not amazing, not killer.
Jim, I am on the record. I do not like sidewinders. So
Yeah.
I'm coming in a little nervous.
Okay.
I'm coming in a little nervous because I guess, what do your bad days look like?
How bad is your bad?
Yeah. Because that's going to have a big impact on
Will
us.
Darren O'Day blow a game?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just letting the people know to be prepared for it.
Every reliever will. Right?
Yeah, besides like those perfect seasons that some
Especially if
people
it's
have.
a 162 season.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you go over like
Could we get a Taillon vid?
repertoire and do a Taillon vid?
You want to do Darren O'Day's repertoire? Well, he's a sidewinder. He throws a 4-seam fastball that sits at Where's that part that I like?
Oh, yeah.
86 miles per hour. Four-seam fastball, 86 miles per hour
because
because
scary.
he's a sidearmer. This is like
He's gonna scare us.
he's gonna say I'm scared right now. This is like Brad Hand when I always say like, but he is so funky though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Slider is 78 miles per hour, and then he's got a sinker. It's just a two-seam fastball at 85 miles per hour. He switched up his pitch usages. Last year was the first time that his four-seamer was the pitch he used the most, and the slider dropped down. He barely uses that two-seamer. You know what I want to check, Jake?
What do you want to check, Jim?
And I'll do this, and it'll be the last scouting report on O'Day. He spent a lot of time in the AL East, right?
Sure. Yeah, I think he has crazy good numbers against the Blue Jays. It's like the team he was best against.
Yeah, I was going to check. Let's just do career splits. If we do team. The Yankees, he was awful against the Yankees in his career. Team
Can't
that...
beat him, join him.
Yeah.
I think he was good against the Yankees, right?
Yes, he was good. The Yankees were awful against him.
Yes.
My bad. I was reading it opposite.
Yeah.
So, huge win there. Where the AL East team he's been the best against?
I thought it was Toronto. Scroll down to the game level stats. These gives the innings.
He's faced the Rays the most. Oh, that's a good one to know.
2.45 against the Rays, 2.245 against the Red Sox. They gave him his contract's 2.45.
Oh, my God. We'll pay you your ERA against our rivals. And then he was like, okay, so the Red Sox? And they were like, no, the Blue Jays. Because he's got a 1.82 ERA against the Blue Jays. How about that?
Good.
So are you scared or not scared? I think he's going to scare us a lot.
Here's where he's going to scare us, Jim. It's what you said before. That one clip we watched of him that dictates his whole season.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to leave some pitches over the middle that are going to get fouled off, and we're going to say, okay, that's what he does. But the one that gets hit, we're going to say, oh, this guy just throws sidearm over the middle, 86.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do that.
I get you.
Are we calling ourselves out in the future?
Yeah, I think so. A little bit.
Okay.
A little bit.
Oh, you want to see who hits him well?
Yeah, I wanted to see who hits him well, but I need to do I was trying to find out what it should be over here. This is bad, but I was gonna do at bats need at least 5. He is a very.
I think there's only. Okay, huge.
Brett Gardner sucked against Darren O'Day. 0 for 7
Wow.
with a walk and an RBI. A sac fly. Xander Bogaerts, he's really good against him. And Souza Jr. Souza Jr. crushes him, though. Crushes him. 3 for 5.
Looks like Bogarts
2 home runs.
was just one homer.
Yeah.
Bogarts 1 for 7. Okay.
But
so
it happened.
Great. All right, now catching up on what we missed, we have to do the Jameson Taillon random baseball savant video.
Taillon vid.
Taillon show random video. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
Being able to keep an eye on him, although he still has a very good lead at second base.
Okay. High strike, high ball.
Ball one on Escobar.
Didn't get the call.
Yeah, the ump Jake blew that one.
I mean, I was hoping the ump was going to punch him.
Let's go back. We can't go back. It's just a new random video.
Here we go.
All right. Second video for Taillon is a strike to Odubel Herrera in 2018. He's got 2 on, 2 outs, a 2-1 count, bottom of the second. Ooh, froze him with the breaking ball.
Big pitch in the inning, too. If it goes 3-1 there.
Yeah,
So he's a
pitch.
fighter. He's tough. We
Gumption.
love him.
Big Taillon guy.
We love him.
Next up.
Oh, no.
No. It's looking like Masahiro Tanaka is going back to Japan. There's some contracts out there. It could be more ploys by his agency. because the contract is very attainable. It's 1 year, $7 million. But he was apparently looking for 15 to 20 to play in the U.S. In one way, I'm kind of like, all right, at least I can still see him as a Yankee. I don't have to see him in another MLB team. That's the kind of Yankees brain. Baseball brain, pretty dumb. This dude's really good. Like, he should be getting paid to pitch. He's probably one of the top 5 starting pitchers. Everyone is looking for a pitcher to eat innings. And what?
Top 5 starting pitchers available this offseason.
This offseason, yes. And he eats innings, and he's going to give you 1 to 5 stinkers a year, and then 15 to 20 really good games. I was really sad. I don't know if it was this morning. Did I tweet about Tanaka this morning?
You said this morning you were sad.
Whenever I tweeted it out, I was going through, I was trying to find GIFs of him. And so I searched, from all the tweets that I have tweeted, I searched Masa, I searched Tank, and I searched Tanaka, and I just were watching GIFs that I tweeted of him. Well, I was trying to retweet one that I liked. And
what a trap.
I mean, and then I really thought about it. Easily my favorite Yankee to root for the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Personality-wise. And, what he did, on the field and off the field, how he acted, and how, fun he was, and then also aggressive.
Stoic,
and also,
while being a competitor.
I had so many gifs of him, just putting the fucking most perfect, most beautifully spotted 2-seam fastball, or a splitter that just vanished. And I was like, oh, shit. His repertoire was fun, too.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he had a fun, he had the recipe, man. A fun out pitch when he needed it with that splitter. He could dot you. He could throw the kitchen sink at you, those David Cone days where they talk about fighting on the mound. The guy was composed when he had a 4-inning no-hitter going. If he got the big out to end the inning, he was going to give you the mini Tanaka scream or the fist pump or whatever. Great fielder. And I mean, he was awesome in the postseason. I mean, the youngins are going to yell at you and say his last 3 starts weren't good. Well, guess what? The first 9 were awesome. So, the part where I got really sad, it was after the Taillon trade, and I was wondering about our money, and it seemed like Tanaka was gone, and I had my sad Tanaka moment. It does make me think of the Houston stuff, and if that 2017 year ends with the Yankees in the World Series, or ends with the Yankees winning the World Series. You can't even dream that as a Yankee fan because it's mental warfare, but you wonder how much that would change how some people view Tanaka, because he was incredible in the playoffs. He took the pill. He had a fake injury for 2 years that people wanted to be mad at. He tore his I know I just sent Jimmy a text that I knew would make him laugh. What did he actually tear something in there?
He did have the partial tear,
right? But it
of
didn't
the
need
Tommy
surgery.
John ligament,
and people were mad at that for a few years because they were like, "Oh,
it's gonna full tear one of these
I'll
days.
text it to
Just
you
get
too,
it ahead
maybe.
of time."
So yeah, I don't know. We're trying to giggle through the sadness right now a little bit, but no,
The
it's,
Mets just made their counterpunch.
What'd they get?
Aaron Loop.
Ooh, Loop was really good for the Rays.
In 4 appearances in the postseason.
I mean, it was just gross, though.
Yeah.
He turned into Senor El Grosso.
How much is Shane Green going to need? Because in my brain, Trevor Rosenthal.
You still got that?
Trevor Rosenthal is too expensive. I don't think he's going to fit. In my brain, it's they sign Shane Green or they trade for Amir Garrett. I don't think they're going to trade for Amir Garrett, but I'd love for them to do that.
Yeah.
There needs to be another 40-man move now.
Another one on the ones that needed to happen. So there could be a trade.
No, we were squared up. They brought 3 guys in. We were squared up.
Well, Gardy, too. We were anticipating a Gardy one.
No,
Gardy hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, we're squared up. There's 40 guys currently on it. Now O'Day needs to come on.
Right. We ended last episode saying if we sign Gardy, there's still going to have to be a move to be made.
Yeah.
So if Gardy or another reliever from the free agencies.
Yeah, but even just to get O'Day on, they need to make another move now.
Yeah.
So there's more stuff happening.
Yeah. I wouldn't rule out the trade.
They still haven't officially added DJ and
Right.
Kluber yet for what that's.
Gardy and another reliever.
The way Baseball Reference does the phonetic pronunciation for Aaron
Sure.
is bizarre. Is that how you would do
Like
it? I don't.
Aaron Judge.
Yeah, like Aaron Boone. Aaron.
Kind of works.
Aaron.
Aaron. In. Air.
It's AIR-IN.
In.
Aaron. That's not how I would do that.
Why did you start laughing when we were doing some of the sad Tanaka stuff?
You sent me a text. I don't know if BBD saw this.
I sent it to him.
This is kind of weird.
I want to see BBD react to it,
Okay.
and then you can read it out loud. So if you get a giggle.
Good.
It's a tweet of mine from 8 years ago. One of our buddies texted it to us. Jake forwarded it to me. 8 years ago, I tweeted, one time me and Evan Macris were cooking burgers and a moth flew onto a patty and died. And then we gave that burger to Rob Urban. And I mean, I remember that like perfectly.
Yeah.
Like it was my house in Southbury. We were sophomores in high school.
Yeah.
We were young.
Yeah.
But me and Evan were cooking on the grill.
8 years ago?
I tweeted it 8 years ago. It
Oh,
happened.
one time. Yeah. I see you now.
It happened when we were sophomores in high school, and we were cooking burgers out in my back patio, and a moth literally it was nighttime, so a moth flew and died like on a burger.
Yeah.
Like it was,
Yeah.
and me and Evan was waiting there with the patty. It's almost like a comedy, a perfect word, because Evan was waiting there with both patties,
Right.
and I was spatuling them to him, and it happened while we were doing this. So we both looked at each other and just like, oh, and then we didn't say anything. I put the burger on the patty, and then he closed it and he handed it to Rob. He ate it.
Yeah. So, Fuzzy live in the chat, so you got to come in for the dead moth story. But yeah, I think we got all of it. Moth pod, not a math pod.
Moth pod, yes.
Big time.
All right, I can't say this any more times. Can we make shirts that say Talkin Yanks, not a math pod, or Jomboy Media, not a math pod?
Done.
I was trying to wear one the other day.
Because you didn't have the shirt.
No, but I've been saying this for 2 years now,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
I'm just screaming it into the ether because I've never sent the text myself. So to sum it all up, we're sad about Tanaka not coming back to the Yankees. We're indifferent to this O'Day move. It really depends on the next moves. If it's just Gardner and we got rid of Otto just to replace him with O'Day for cheaper and give Gardner $7 million, Jake and I both seem like we're not going to be too pleased with that. Jake thinks it's a certainty that they are going to get a second reliever. I'm just hoping and praying and wishing that they get a second reliever. I think the odds are they will, and then bring Gardy back. Even after those moves, they need to make trades to clear up the 40-man. If they bring in another reliever and Gardy and O'Day, that means 3 people on the 40-man right now need to be off it, and there's not enough people to just DFA.
And Jim, this is where
So that means a trade's coming.
That's where I was getting to a second ago. I think the trade is happening for the 40-man guys that have to move, the price you'd pay for a reliever, the space we need on the 40-man. And, Jim, if we're being honest, what is our best guess at the money left? $8 million?
Yeah.
I mean, Gardy's going to land, I think, around 4 or 5. So if you're trying to fit a reliever in there, I think you're going to be outbid on Shane Green by the end.
So
of
go
this.
get Amir Garrett.
So I think it's that Amir Garrett or that guy from the Pirates everyone was yelling about,
Kella?
No,
Crick?
Rodriguez?
Don't know who you're referring to. I believe Kella's a free agent coming off
Kella's a
injuries
free
and
agent.
stuff.
Max Frood in the YouTube live chat said, who's the next reliever if not Green? If we think Rosenthal's too expensive.
Richard Rodriguez for Pitt.
Okay. And that would be a trade?
People were looking at him in the Taillon deal because he was pretty good last year.
Stammen's another good reliever over there.
So a trade is
Rodriguez
coming
is
for a
probably the
reliever,
cheaper of the
and
two.
then Brett Gardner will sign for the rest of the budget.
Yeah. I mean, you still, Doolittle, maybe he fits after Shane Green.
Jeremy Jeffress.
Jeremy Jeffress, yeah.
I'm old.
Justin
Jeffress.
Wilson, Jake McGee, Trevor Cahill.
Can't sign Jake McGee.
Does he know he has an awful name?
Guy comes over, and he's going to get Jake Sucks tweets on his best nights.
McGee? All right.
Have I ban Jakes from coming over to the Yankees?
Jacoby Ellsbury, you've pushed him away.
Do not lump the
Some
Jakes
people
and
called
the
him Jake.
Jacobys.
I have a question for
That's
Jake.
lumping the Jimmy and the Joes.
McGee could be a very fun last name, right?
Sure.
Like, Skippy McGee. That'd be a great baseball name.
Absolutely.
Jake McGee is awful name.
Some of that feels targeted at my current name.
I like the name Jake. I like the name Jake. I like all names with a hard K in them.
You didn't name your dog Jake?
I wanted to. It was a serious conversation.
Serious combo.
We decided we couldn't
Yeah.
because it gets kind of like
It gets a little confusing.
when I say the first time you come over to my house and I go, Jake,
Jake's a mess.
and you say, hey, and I say, no, my dog. That's
Right.
where the line kind of gets crossed like
Yeah.
immediately. I named my brother Luke
Viewed in the same scope.
because I like the hard Ks.
Right.
Zach is also a badass name. I think they're all Power Ranger names, if I'm being honest.
Okay. What else?
That's all.
Yeah. Think so.
Good job, Brian. Should we play the Cashman song and then
Yes.
leave?
It's important that we do.
Yeah. Someone live in the chat. My dog's name is Jake. Yep.
Yeah, it's a dog's name. I didn't believe, Jake, that it was a dog's name, and then it is. It is a very common dog's name. I thought it was just a joke you said about your own name.
No.
It's kind of like Molly and Maggie are the top two like female dog names.
Right.
And those are human names.
It's very true.
Cashman, I'm the Cashman. I'll give you money for your gold, oh yeah. Yes, I'm the Cashman. I'll give you money for your gold.
Oh, yeah.
Yusmero Petit is available. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much. We appreciate you. Go Yanks.
Moths, not math.
Moths, not math. Moths, not math. Tell them, Grams.
Go Yankees.